Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Нашите предавания предлагат много езици. Моля вижте suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Peruvian Traditional Arts and Crafts, Part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Vegan. Of course, no discussion.
When you are in the company of hospitable Quechua people from South America, you can say Rimai Kuyaiki, meaning hello in the ancient Quechuan language. I am Rildo. Your earth-preserving actions are deeply appreciated by the Quechua people. May all life in the world flourish in peace as God intended. Welcome to our program, Peruvian Traditional Arts and Crafts, Part 2 of 2. Peruvian crafts illustrate just how rich the nation's traditions are. Their artworks have developed into an effective means of communication and transfer of knowledge, both within the community as well as between generations, long before writing was developed. Through art, the Peruvian people preserved information and wisdom on topics such as abundance, fertility, and faith for future generations. According to Dr. Diana McDonald from Boston College, USA, Nazca pottery vessels reveal a lot about the skills and religion of the people who created them. For example, a pot decorated with the Orca people communicates a message about the religious and social systems of the people from the south coast of Peru, as well as their spiritual beliefs. Orca people were revered as mythical creatures thought to oversee the availability of water. Some traditional pottery styles are still in use today, such as Cajamarca pottery. The Cajamarca culture existed between the 11th and 15th centuries, and its pottery is recognized for its fine quality. The most common Cajamarca pottery found are bowls, with either a tripod or pedestal base. Made from kaolin and other clays, their pottery had a beige color and was decorated both inside and outside with fine lines in ochre, red, and black. Ceramic crafts are still made in Peru today. However, the shapes and patterns used in the decorations have changed over time. The small town of Quinoa, located at an altitude of 3,300 meters, and 40 kilometers from the historic city of Ayacucho in south-central Peru, has been a center for pottery since the 16th century. Quinoa's ceramic products are mostly small in size and display Christian themes like the Holy Family, churches, and chapels, and also everyday scenes like fields, flowers, and plants. The history of Cusco ceramics lives on today. In the sacred valley of the Incas, located in the present-day Peruvian region of Cusco, lives a potter of 30 years named Sergio Ramos Candia, who has a deep passion for art and design and runs a Ramos Quinto workshop for people who would like to learn the art of pottery making. The Shipibo people live on the banks of the Ucayali River. Shipibo women have a long tradition of creating pottery and embroidery. They also make huge jars in animal shapes. In the Chulacana district of Moropón province, on the north coast of Peru, potters continue to work in the traditional Tallán and Bicús styles. Tallán culture developed from the 9th to 14th centuries in the plains of northwestern Peru. Its ceramics stand out for their use of palette and stone methods to model their creations. Bicús culture dates from 200 BC until 900 AD, and ceramics of this era can be identified by their motifs, which include shapes such as circles, spirals, and triangles, as well as different figures. Nowadays, Peruvian handicrafts combine a variety of cultures, including ancient Inca, pre-Hispanic, Asian, and others. This mix of cultures can be found in colorful boxes called retablos. Ayacucho retablos are decorated with tiny human figurines, animal people from the highlands, images of Christian saints, pre-Columbian gods, stars, mountains, and other natural scenery. Let's look at the work of three retablo artists in Peru. Joaquín López Antay was a famous craftsman who made retablos featuring a religious altar that won the 1975 National Cultural Prize. Another artisan, Florentino Jiménez, created retablo with mostly regional themes, while Jesús Urbano focuses on historical events.
Vegan side effect. You can't get away from heaven.
Precious viewers, we'll now pause for a moment to hear a brief message and return shortly. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program on Peruvian cultural art. Surviving examples of early Peruvian textiles show a sophisticated production process, from collecting raw materials, making the yarn, coloring it, preparing the design, and finally making the product itself. The woven fabrics are some of the finest to be found anywhere in the world. Icons in the form of animal people and plants provide evidence that textiles were the main medium of communication for the Indian people. This method of expression and communication through textiles has continued for more than 4,500 years, with some outstanding examples from the Chavin, Paracas, Ocucaje, Nazca, Chimú, and Inca cultures. A highly developed textile culture reflects the skilled craftsmanship, along with the great energy and devotion of the artisans, whose work reflects devotion to their faith. This fascinating textile art and culture continue today in the local community around Lake Titicaca. Weaving communities are also growing in some parts of Peru, especially around the Cusco region. In the mountains above Urcos, to the southeast of Cusco, the Huatay Weaving Association from Santa Cruz de Sayac set up an impressive community of weavers. They use a hybrid weaving embroidery technique inherited from the Nazca and Wari cultures, with a motif of the Inca cross called a chacana, which is a spiritual symbol of Peru. The happy, hospitable people of the small town of Pitumarca use traditional paracas and Nazca styles in their textiles, which they like to decorate with multicolored floral and diamond patterns. They use advanced techniques in weft-faced tapestry to ensure all the warp threads are hidden in the work and cannot be seen on either side of the fabric. With a background view of the magnificent Urubamba Mountains, the residents of the Chinchero district are strongly committed to preserving their textile traditions and cultural heritage. Many shops and markets offer textile crafts, while the local community provides training and workshops in dyeing and weaving. Artisans from the Inca Payay Weaving Association of Chaguaytire are masters of two special weaving techniques. Men use a warp-faced weave named lei for their ponchos, while women use a complementary warp of Pumasillo and Chilis styles to create beautiful woven shoulder cloths called yilkya, which are decorated with geometric designs as well as scarves, bags, and other items. The women of Umasbamba, which is also located in the Sacred Valley, continue to preserve their textile heritage and proudly present their unique creations to the world. Every piece of cloth contains a story, an experience, a dream, or some other kind of message. Having a shaman or priest bless a textile creation is very important for people of the Quero community. Quero spiritual leaders are recognized for their understanding of ancient textile symbols. Craftsmen produce symbols of ancient knowledge and wisdom in their work, such as techniques that can show movement or changes in the atmosphere, like shadows and sunlight rising in the morning and changing throughout the day. The colored patterns, symbols, and layouts of the Quero textiles portray traditional themes such as the seasons, mythology, and spiritual wisdom. All elements in Quero textiles represent the inherent balance and harmony of the universe. A unique bridge crossing the Apurimac River, called the Queshuachaca Bridge, is made of woven grass ropes and has been connecting communities on both sides of the river for over 500 years. Communities surrounding the 30-meter-long Queshuachaca Bridge, including the people of Winchiri, look after this last remaining bridge of its type. Using traditional knowledge and skills, they replace the old grass rope every year. Community members voluntarily work together as a tribute to their ancestors and Pachamama, the Mother Earth goddess. This work involves thousands of people and is usually completed within 3 days. However, a lot of preparation and work must be done before the rope can be replaced, including collecting a large amount of grass called colla and processing it into rope and mats. Dr. John Oxendorf, a professor of civil and environmental engineering and architecture at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, has examined the bridge and concluded that it could withstand a weight of over 1,800 kilograms, or about 56 people evenly spaced across the bridge. UNESCO honored the traditions, skills, and customs associated with the rebuilding of the Quetzalcoatl Bridge by inscribing it as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2013. Cusco Governor, the Honorable Jean-Paul Benavente, said during the June 2021 reconstruction that the bridge connects not only villages but also cultures and traditions. It's been a privilege to present to you the magnificent artistic creations of the people of Peru. Let's pray that with God's eternal grace, Peru will continue to develop and prosper in peace, and all beings will rejoice in each other's company.
There's no vegan who is the greatest, because all you vegans are great. Just like the peace dove, you symbolize love, and there is no death on your plate. Benjamin Zephaniah, vegan.
Optimistic viewers, we are grateful for your company today during Peruvian Traditional Arts and Crafts Part 2 of 2. May beauty and truth accompany you on your life's journey.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/CTAW.